Louder, or for G5. I don't know quite how effective that is going to be, but I think he should be able to go ahead and put some harassment on. And sorry again, these names. I just have to get it through my thick brain that Noni is not playing right now. And we have the observatory going up as well here. So both players with pretty, now they're meeting up, now they're evening up, and they both have their expansion up and running here. But I have to give the slight edge so far to Louder. And now he's going to go ahead and try to hold this another expansion right here. So he has double expanded again. He's using that ramp so he doesn't have to expand here. And that's going to allow him to basically hold the ramp. And I'm going to be able to, with this Reaver up on top of the ramp, he's going to scoot it back a little bit so he can't even hit it. I don't see how G5 is even going to be able to put on any kind of pressure here. And this, shooting those goons. One Studley Reaver here. Still off. He does have a couple more gates up now, and the Citadel up as well. So we are going to probably see a couple DTs come into play, and as well as those High Templars, observatory warping in. And now is that the support bay? Yeah, or the Citadel as well. We don't even see the support bay here. G5, or Louder's probably going to go ahead and RAS, but Louder with his third going up and holding that ramp. I really like Louder's strategy here, using that ramp, double expanding. One thing to note, though, is with this expansion here, he is going to be so susceptible to Reaver harassment. He's going to go ahead and get that. I mean, really, he's going to be so susceptible to Reaver harassment until he can get those cannons up, and even after he can get those cannons up. So if G5 notices this, I think this is a little ballsy by Louder to take that little ninja expansion here. But if it gets spotted, this observer is going to come in. We don't Citadel up. We don't quite have a support bay, but I would expect to see someone from G5, especially after an observer from him sees that Louder has taken another expansion here. So Louder economically in a good situation, but I think it could all change with some Reaver action. I mean, he doesn't even move. He hasn't even made a shuttle yet. There's the shuttle. He could see some harassment after this, but really, that is such a hard wall to break. Zealots on the ramp in front, Dragoons behind, and the Reaver to shoot down, as well as the height advantage. It's going to make it a big pain for G5 even to try to go up there. 3 gates for the Templar Archives going up, and here comes the shuttle, the dreaded shuttle for G5. He's going to try to come harass. Just because G5 took his main and his natural, though, it's going to be a little harder to harass him. Now we have the third completely up and running here for Louder, and G5's in a bit of trouble here. If this Reaver does any damage, he's even going to fall farther behind. Has some spotter pylons, though, so he should be able to see this and react quickly. Goons in position, though, so I don't think this Reaver is going to do too much damage here. And this Observer's coming in here, and we do have the Templar Archives for both players here. And is he making DTs with the Templar, or is he going to go ahead and try to get Storms? Goons clump pretty bad, and you can't get the Storms, and these pylons are out of position, though. He's going to be able to make the move in, but he did see it on the minimap, and loses the shuttle. One Reaver get done. The 2 Zealots don't even get dropped. He gets one shot off on it and loses it, and that really actually hurts right there, and that's going to make even up things a little bit, but still being behind 3-2 bases, not a situation you want to be in. Now he's taking his third here, but we haven't seen the support bay tech here for G5. I was expecting to see it here. I would think he knows about this expansion, and he is going to move out, and Louder's going to go ahead and move out. Without his Reaver support, he could be a little susceptible, though. G5 has a lot more goons, but Louder with those Zealots, the Zealots can get right up in those goons and mess things up, basically. And it looks like Louder's looking to expand again. He is going to put pressure on. We are going to see a battle go off in the field here. Neither player with a Reaver, actually. Completely opposite of what I was thinking was going to happen. And these Zealots are taking a couple free hits on microing against those goons. And G5 definitely with a bigger army, but those Zealots, he has to micro them. Microing pretty good so far right now. Not taking too many hits, and it looks like G5 is going to win this battle. Just not enough goons here for Louder. And but really, Louder's third expansion up a little bit earlier. Counterattack, we could see a counterattack from G5, but just because Louder has not taken the natural expansion, I don't think it'll be too effective. Just because it's going to be very hard to make his way up the ramp. The third expansion warping in, we should see probes being transferred. We do see a couple of High Templars in the field here, and that's really going to help break up this ramp. And is G5 or is Louder going to expand here, or is he doing a probe slip? It looks like he's about to set up for another expansion. So Louder playing this map a little bit odd, but I do like the style here. Really just holding this ramp, but we do have a lot of goons here, and the ramp is the only way that Louder has a chance of holding this off. We do have goons almost popping out from every expansion, though, so it's a perfect timing here from Louder, and he's going to be able to hold this off, I feel, especially with the help of probes if they even made up the ramp. G5 doing what he can, though, with the range. The miss hits going uphill is pretty horrendous here. We do have a Zealots being dropped here at the third expansion, delaying mining, making those probes transfer back here, and while his fourth is warping in, so really G5 is in a bit of trouble. He hasn't been able to make his way up the ramp, and I have to give a big lead right now to Louder. I just don't know what G5 is going to be able to do. I feel he needs to have Reavers in place here. Storm Drop could come into play. Does he have a shuttle yet? He doesn't quite have the shuttle. We do see that the Zealots going back, looking for that fourth. The fourth is almost up and running here for Louder, and he's just holding that ramp, and probably just going to make an invincible force when he moves out that Louder cannot touch. Looks like, or G5 cannot touch again. Sorry, I am like struggling with these names. I sound like I'm new. But we do have this shuttle coming back around. He might go ahead and drop it in the main. Zealots, the building placement here for G5 could make these probes, actually could make them get quite a few probes. He's going to drop these Zealots, ditch with the shuttle, and run up with those Zealots. And G5 is going to be forced pushed back again here. We do see it. Oh, we completely missed it. And we storm drop here on the probes. But it did look like G5 transferred, or Louder transferred fairly well here. And sorry, guys. Sorry. I'm missing everything. I'm playing pretty noobish, guys. If I was playing, I'd look like Hyuk right here. But anyways, we do see him warping into an Archon. He could even go fry more probes here. And we do have these Zealots coming in, but they're going to be able to clean up. They're not even going to be able to pick up that robotics facility. Trying to go for the robotics facility, trying to stop the shuttles out. He knows that's the only kind of harassment. But like I said, storm drops are going to be a strong possibility. Archon coming in. It should be taken out without too much problem by these cannons with the help of these probes. But he is going to lose that one cannon. And this Archon's actually going to be able to sit back here and fry probes. And this is the only problem with G5's, or with Louder strategy, is he's really susceptible to harass play, and that's exactly what G5 is capitalizing on. But I would expect him to see him try to get his fourth, which he is in the bottom right corner, and pushing out. But look at this force from Louder. It's getting bigger by the moment. But G5, without, I mean, he has a pretty good army. He's been able to harass these expansions fairly well, and but with G5's fourth, he is definitely doing the right things to get back in this game. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gateways, 6, 7, 8 gateways, for Louder here, or for G5. Oh my gosh, I am like slaughtering these names. And then we have 7 gates here for Louder. It does look like G5 might be breaking in here with a couple goons. I don't know. I think he should get his whole arm. We are going to see a Reaver drop here. Going to get a couple free shots off on this Nexus, and that's going to revert G5's army back to the fourth. And we are seeing the shuttle just kind of hang up there. It actually watched that cannon warp. It gets away barely. Very close here. And finally, Louder is taking his natural expansion. You know, that's usually one of your first things, but his natural expansion is actually his 5th expansion, just the way he's chose to play this map. And he actually had to cancel the Nexus because of those Reavers here. And looks like he's coming over here with high Templars. G5's going for a storm drop here. But that probe might have saw it. Treacher those probes. Your probe saw it. Oh, actually not a very good storm. Not getting many kills at all. But looks like he's going to go ahead and transfer back to this fourth. Try to get that fourth. That probe's transferring. But little does he know, little do these probes know that there's no Nexa here. Finally putting up the Nexus. Oh, that this is hopefully this Nexus will build a little faster because we have 8 probes trying to build it. But we do see another shuttle coming in here for him, and the Reaver drop here from him, and he's going to take a free hits up on the upper hill, and he might lose the shuttle. He loses the shuttle with 2 Reavers. A little careless on his part, and we do have another shuttle coming in, and we are going to see what looks to be another storm drop here from G5. A lot of action, guys, and G5 is working his way back into the game with his harassment, and not so much his good harassment, but Louder's failed attempts at harassment right now. A couple Zealots running in. Those Zealots definitely running in the wrong way. And G5, gather up your army before you fight a big battle here, and getting a couple storms off. I mean, obviously this isn't G5's whole army, but there's G5's whole army. A lot of speed Zealots here, and we do have the +2 weapons for G5, and no upgrades for Louder, so this is actually going to play into G5's favor here, and we do have him pushing in. He's going to continue to push on the front door, but back to little does he know that there's about 5 high Templars. He's going to be able to land some key storms here. I would think Louder's going to land a couple storms. Oh, but G5 microing back pretty good so far, but there's still plenty of energy on those, and he's going to be able to get more storms off here, and Louder's going to be able to push him back, but G5 has a lot of units still here, though,